Hi everyone, welcome to Tech Stories. My name is Dotun Olawoye, and today I'll be speaking with Ebenezer Don. Hi Ebenezer.
Hey, Dotun.
How are you doing today?
Doing great. Good to meet you again.
Awesome. Yeah. Guys. I'm not supposed to say this, but this is the second time we are recording this interview for reasons based on negotiations. Ebenezer, please just introduce yourself to our people.
Hey, everyone. So good to be here. My name is Ebenezer Don. I'm a software engineer and the founder of NewDev.io, a learning platform and a collaborative platform for developers. Think. Oh, I'm also an author. I'm an author of two books so far. The second one I'll be announcing it very soon.
Before we go into all of the plenty questions that I have for you, I'd like you to just tell people a bit more about your background. Where are you from? Where did you grow up? How did you even start to think about coding?
Okay, cool. So, I'm a Nigerian from Nigeria, living in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been in I grew up in Nigeria. So how did I come to think about coding? So it's really my interest in computers and phones that got me into coding. So we had one desktop computer when I was a kid in the house, and through that desktop computer, I was learning how to type, play some games, and all of that. Using encyclopedias to read, and I got really interested in how that worked. And then later on, when I started using all those Nokia phones, yeah, the applications that would download games and apps, and they were always intriguing, and I wanted to do something like that. So that was how my interest peaked. Hope that's the right way to use the word. In software generally. And then I was like, oh, I hope I'll be able to, or I really want to learn programming. When I grow up, I want to go to school and learn how to code and all that. So at the end of the day, though, I realized that school wasn't the route if you want to learn how to code, especially in Nigeria. I was able to start learning how to code later on with a keypad phone. I was building websites back then. I had a Techno keypad phone when I started in 2013, and I was using that to build websites. And then I progressed, started reading books, buying courses, watching videos, and that's how I got to where I am today.
You founded NewDev, right? Now, NewDev is a platform where it's not just for learning, right? Like we've seen in the country, it's a platform that's also a community for developers, basically people in the tech ecosystem.
Right.
How did that happen?
Yeah. So first of all, I can say huge because of if I'm literally counting the number of people I've reached personally. So I can say I have a good impact in the tech community. And a lot of people always come to me before I started NewDev. A lot of people usually, because I was teaching, I established a bootcamp where I was teaching people how to code. Established, well, not officially, but I started the bootcamp like this is come and learn how to code. I was teaching people how to code.
That's before NewDev.
Yes, that was before NewDev. So I was really good at teaching people, and people are always coming to me because they needed to learn. Even when I was in school for a period of time, people were studying computer science, but they were coming to me, to learn how to code, which tells you how bad the state of our universities are. But so I've always been helping people get knowledge in technology, and then it's something I'm really good at. So that was how I started teaching. People were coming to me, and then how NewDev started was everyone was coming to me and was like, Ebenezer Don, please, I need resources for learning this particular thing. Can you teach me this particular thing? And if I say I've not written an article on this yet, please can you recommend something to me? And I was like, okay, we need a platform where people can come and get resources that they can use to learn tech, to learn how to code. And we also need a place where people can communicate with one another, because community is really helpful. When I started learning how to code, I was not part of any community. And if you're not in tech, the word community might sound foreign to you. You might think about it as local community you grew up in and all of that. Well, it's you can relate it to that.
Yeah.
But then I did not have communities back then. So I felt lonely because there was no one around me doing the same thing that I was doing. So when I got overwhelmed, when I got frustrated, because you're gonna get frustrated a lot in programming, but that's part of the journey. There was no one to turn to. So I needed to give people these communities so that they can always have someone that's going through the same things that they are going. And that's how the community part of NewDev came. So people can come and learn to code, and then they can also interact with other developers, see people that they can relate with, and all of that. So really, really good combination.
Okay, so I mean, I think it's an obvious response to my next question. So I'm just going to ask something else that I picked while you were speaking just now. So you did not study computer science in school?
I studied for a short while, and then I had to leave.
Okay, all right. Because I picked the part where you said computer science students come here, and I'm like, so this one did not do computer science in school. And
Yeah,
you did.
if you look at it, like everyone that has studied computer science in Nigerian universities, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Like you don't actually learn computer science there.
Yeah, right.
So
True. Tell us a bit about what you think captured. I mean, this is the story from your POV, right? But what do you think really captured people's attention when it comes to new dev? How did you go about getting people to see that new dev is the real solution and not just
okay, so first of all, people know me, Ebenezer Don, as someone who is really good at breaking down the most complex topics, the most complex technical topics into the simplest terms. You see this from my YouTube videos, the articles I write, the books I've written. So people know me for that. And then when they see something that's coming from Ebenezer Don, that's affiliated with Ebenezer Don, that has to do with Ebenezer Don, you're expecting it to be straight to the point, concise, and easy to understand. And that's what people get when they come to NewDev as a learning platform.
That personal brand that you use to like push.
I mean, it's the fact that Ebenezer Don is there, first of all, so they know what to expect. And then when they come, they actually see it. That, oh, well, it's easy to understand. I can actually learn. It's straightforward. There's no need for bogus words or super complicated stuff. It's broken down because I'm not assuming, or we at NewDev are not assuming that you already know this stuff like some other people might do. We're assuming that you don't know anything. So we're actually teaching you in a way that you understand. And then the community aspect too. The fact that you can come and then you can see other developers, other people, other learners, other people that are trying to get into tech, going through the same things you're going through. That's a really, really, really good factor.
Awesome. You also run a YouTube channel. Very awesome channel. Now, I'm guessing this is where you make the videos from. Where is this place?
Yeah, so this is my workspace. This is one of the laptops I used to work, and I use my monitors. This is my camera, and when I want to record videos, I turn this on, turn on that light. I can use the other light here. And then this is the mic I use. This is my sound box. I can also use this one as a webcam right here.
Right.
That's it. This is my JavaScript book on the table.
Nice.
This is a cup I got as a speaker at the GraphQL Summit.
The cup is a speaker.
No, I got.
Okay, as a speaker at the event.
Yeah,
okay. Nice. Okay. Tell us about your process making the videos for your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I mean, you are this person who is Ebenezer Don, who has to teach people, do your other stuff, manage NewDev, and then you still have time to, update your YouTube channel. How do you do that?
Yeah, so it's not easy to do. I do so many things. Even the book writing, video making, building software, interacting with the community. It's not easy, but I try to find a way to do them. Sometimes I stop some things for a while so that I can focus on other things, and then I get back to them later. So same thing with my YouTube channel. Sometimes I focus on it on YouTube, and sometimes not YouTube for a while, and then I can do other things. But yeah, for my YouTube videos, I create videos about software engineering, programming, and tech in general. So they're like tutorial videos that are really long. We call that tutorials, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, up to 1 hour long videos. Those are on YouTube. And when I do those type of videos, I'm doing I'm creating those videos to help you learn how to build something. Like we've had tutorial videos, that I've created where we built an Instagram clone, like something that looks like Instagram or regular application or mobile application. We've done one with where you can build an application, yes, that you can actually install on your phone. So it's going to be your own. Yeah. So when I'm making those kind of videos, I first of all spend a lot of time building these applications that I'm going to teach you. I spend a lot of time building them, adding the necessary features. And then after that, I make sure that the code is easy to understand. So that's really important. So that I'm not giving you something that you'll be crying while looking at it.
So like, you for your YouTube channel, you can't just wake up and say, I want to create.
No, I cannot just wake up and create a video
and upload.
Yeah,
today.
I can't do that. I can't do that. I have to spend a lot of time. So when it comes to technical videos, you have to spend a lot of time building the right product and making sure that the code is right, making sure that you're teaching people something correct, because there's what's called bad code and there's what's called good code. So you have to make sure that you're teaching people in the right way. You have to do a lot of research and make sure that you're not going to teach someone something that maybe outdated or maybe doesn't work or maybe has some kind of security issues. So I spend a lot of time building, researching, and then I teach. They're also the type of videos that, because I'm also very good at speaking with people and giving tech advice on your career journey. So sometimes I can just start recording and start talking with the camera, talking with the audience regularly, giving tech advice. Oh, that's also there. So it depends. I also have courses. I have a course on LinkedIn Learning right now. So with that one, it was a long process. I had to spend a lot of time building the product, and then we had to start breaking it down into different, like 5-minute videos, and then start recording one after the other.
Can a person who has zero idea how to even operate a computer come on your YouTube channel and learn how to code?
You should be able to, but I'll say just come on NewDev.
I mean, like you can press your computer and your keyboard.
Yeah, you should be able to, but I think that's why we have NewDev. NewDev is so that absolute beginners can come and start learning how to code. So you just come on NewDev. You don't have any idea about coding before. You come on NewDev, you'll be able to learn how to code.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, that you don't even need to pay for a tech school anymore with Ebenezer. But I mean, your channel, one of the things that make it stand out when you go on the channel is the quality of videos and editing that goes into the things that you have up there. How do you do that? Do you film yourself? Do you do the editing yourself?
Yeah, for the most part, yes, I do. I do all this because before I even went fully into coding, I used to do graphic design, video editing. The other time I wanted to go into motion design, which I still want to go into later on. I'm making animations, all those cartoons you see like Disney and all that stuff. Yeah, I would like to do that later on, but right now I'm focusing fully on helping developers on this tech journey for Nigerians, for myself, for Africans, and for the world in general. But then for the YouTube videos, I record, edit. There's someone I've taught how to do this who also helps me, which is really, really good. So that's it.
Awesome. Now let's talk about your book. I mean, the fact that you're an author in the middle of all of this, you guys, this man finds time to code, teach people how to code, manage NewDev, operate his YouTube channel, and still writes. Okay. Let's talk about JavaScript for VIPs. How did you come about the name for that book?
Yeah, the name.
I mean, what inspired JavaScript for VIPs? I mean, as Nigerians, we go reason say this now police escort matter. But like, seriously.
Yeah, so it's a really cool name, right? JavaScript for VIPs. I had to think for a very long time on this to try to come up with a really good name. JavaScript. This is a JavaScript book. And the book is aimed to making people really good at JavaScript. Even if you have zero knowledge of JavaScript in the beginning, even if you've not done JavaScript before, you can get this book and then you'll go from zero to mastery. So we want to make people very important programmers by getting this book. Even if you are not an important programmer before, even if you are not a JavaScript programmer before, but by getting this book, the aim is that you're going to become a very important programmer. And that's where VIP comes from. Now, this is Simplified JavaScript for very important programmers. You see that there's simplified before JavaScript, so that you don't think that, oh, it's going to be too complex to understand. It's actually yeah, it's actually simplified so that you can use this to become a very important programmer. Now we have the name Simplified JavaScript for VIPs.
So you can be a beginner and still be an important programmer. I mean, guys,
yeah.
You need to
I mean, by the time you're done with this book, you're definitely going to become an important programmer.
Okay.
Yeah, and before writing this book, I've been writing a lot of technical articles. So articles like where people publish that on LogRocket, for example. LogRocket is a US company that publishes a lot of technical blogs. Yeah, so I published. I usually write and publish technical articles. I publish on NewDev, also the NewDev blog, and on my own personal blog.
Yeah.
So it's with all this writing experience and the fact that people love when they read my articles. They love when they read my writing, where I teach people, certain concepts in programming. And I decided to take all of that knowledge, all of that teaching style, all of that skill of breaking things down, and I put that in the book. So far, the feedback and the reviews have been really, really awesome, and that made me really happy that I wrote this book.
Awesome. So, are you working on a new book? Are you working on another?
Yeah, book? I'm actually done with the other book.
Wow.
Published right now on Amazon. I've not announced it yet, but then I'm waiting until because I want to also print it in Lagos so that it can be easily accessible to people in Nigeria. If I'm like doing everything in the US, it will be hard for Nigerians to get it. So once it's available in Lagos, then I'm gonna announce it.
I want us to talk about NewDev. I want us to go back to NewDev. I mean, it's such an important platform, right? And I just want to know, because these days there's been a lot of noise about Twitter becoming X, X videos, and just so many noise about social media platforms that Africans or people in Nigeria at the very least can use that is more their own than any other thing. Are there plans at all to make NewDev a platform for people who are not necessarily in the tech ecosystem?
Yeah, people outside the tech ecosystem, that's going to be like different from what we intend at NewDev. NewDev is to bring people into tech and to accommodate people in the tech ecosystem. So if you come to NewDev as a doctor, not interested in tech, there are a lot of doctors that are interested in tech, and I talk with some of them, and pharmacists that want to get into tech and learn. But if you come as a doctor, or an electrical engineer not interested in getting into like software tech, and you just want to go to the platform, it's going to be really confusing for you. What are these people doing? So you might not feel belong. But if you're anyone, no matter your career, whether you're a doctor, a pilot, a fashion designer, whatever it is, but as long as you have interest in tech, you come to NewDev, then it's the perfect place for you. There's a way for developers to connect with one another and then document their journey, because when you go on NewDev, you see people talking every day, posting every day about what they're learning, what they're doing. This one is building a project. Today, this is what I was able to build. This is what I was able to accomplish. Or these are the areas I have challenges with. Maybe I need help, and then they get help. And then the next day, this was what I was able to do. Yesterday I did this. Now I've been able to complete the feature. And then the next day, this is what I'm able to learn. Yeah. So after like 6 months, you go back and look at your progress. You go back and look at the first post you made. We call that stories on NewDev. You go back and look at the first story you made on NewDev. You can see how much and how far you've come, how much you've grown and how far you've come. So that's really important for people to document their journey as well as connect with other developers.
Awesome. I mean, one of the issues that is generally talked about in Nigeria these days is the mass exodus of tech, people, experts, programmers. I mean, there's also mass exodus of health workers, but like because this is related to your field, how do you think NewDev is approaching or trying to address this?
Yeah, so the NewDev is going to make more developers in Nigeria than those living. So you find out that at the end of the day, there'll be more people learning how to code. People live for different reasons, and sometimes the country just stifles you or suppresses you so much that you're trying to work, you're trying to code, and there's no light,
Yeah.
there's no internet and all of that stuff. You want to go to a place where things are more accessible, or you want to go to a place where it's easier to access certain things, certain resources, and certain people.
Yeah.
But then what NewDev is doing is we are bringing in, while some developers are leaving, we are bringing in more developers. So if 100 leave today, we are bringing in 1,000 more. So at the end of the day, this just balances out that we have more developers that will actually contribute to the Nigerian ecosystem and the African ecosystem in general. So you actually contribute to Nigerian companies. While there are those that want to leave and get to, at the end of the day, I think that many of the people leaving is not just because they want to leave their countries, because they're looking for better opportunities, want to work in the same environment. At the end of the day, when Nigeria becomes better, because I believe Nigeria will become better, I think many of these people will come back.
All right. I mean, that is a way to address it because, to be honest, guys, you can't stop anybody from leaving if they want to. So I think what you're doing is really important, trying to help more people to gain skills and just knowledge in the field or in that industry. So yes, that's a way to address the problem, and NewDev is absolutely doing that. I wanted you to tell people how to get JavaScript for VIPs, the book.
Yeah.
You have it with you, right?
Yep. Right here.
This is the book, guys. Where can we find it?
So if you go to vipjavascript.com, you can get the book. You can also, when you go to newdev.io, I'm going to put the book. We're going to put the book on the front page of newdev.io. But vipjavascript.com, you can get the book. We also have Paystack shop links. I think the easiest is just to type vipjavascript.com and you'll be able to get the book.
Okay, awesome. Okay, that's that for that.
And for those outside, because I know there'll be people watching this outside Nigeria, you can easily get it on Amazon. So you just go to Amazon and search for Simplified JavaScript for VIPs, and you can place as many orders as you want.
All right, guys, that's how to get Simplified JavaScript for VIPs. Now, just another question about NewDev. How is funding for the platform?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, so the way NewDev makes, even right now, we're not focused on income. We're focused on actually getting developers interested, getting people interested in tech, connecting with one another and learning. But then we have free resources on NewDev, and then we also have paid resources on NewDev. So people can subscribe, get plans to be able to access more of these resources and more of these videos or courses and all of that. So yeah, but the community aspect of NewDev is totally free. There we have lots of free resources, and then the way we're able to get money to keep ourselves running is when people get the paid plans, and then they get access to more resources, they get access to more quality resources that will help them accelerate their tech career.
Let's talk about your day-to-day. I mean, when you wake up, what do you do? Your normal day, what does it look like?
There's no timetable I follow. Depends on the meetings I have for the day and the work I have to do that day. As you can tell, I do a lot of things. So some days I'm writing. Like when I was writing my book, I just wake up in the morning and I'm writing. And some other days I'm building. So for the past 2 weeks, I've been working on the NewDev learning platform. And I find myself just working on the code, writing code all day. Till the end. This is Thursday, right? Yeah. It feels like just yesterday was Saturday. That's because the days are shorter when I'm working.
So you've been on this since Saturday?
No, it's been this particular one I'm working on right now. This particular feature, working on it for a while now, for weeks. But the intensity increased, and then the days became shorter. So that's just how it is sometimes. And then this is the period I'm writing code. Sometimes I'm doing more of community interaction. So just interacting with the dev community. Those days are more relaxed, just relaxing, posting on LinkedIn or Twitter or my WhatsApp status, replying messages, because I get a lot of messages, replying messages, emails, and all of that. Then some other days are more of meeting days. I get meetings, and then I attend online calls online with my laptop. And then some days I'm just out with friends, and chilling, basically.
So you say you're working on a new feature for NewDev?
But yeah, it's the learning platform that we're working on. So it's really we have come really far.
a new learning platform
The learning
inside
platform in NewDev.
NewDev.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, the learning platform, because
In
it's two stuff that you have there. You have the community and
and
then
the
you have the
learning
learning
platform. Yeah.
platform.
So
That's
this
right.
this one is going to make learning seamless, easy, and yeah, when you use it, you know
Mm,
that this was really built for people that want to learn.
mm. All right. Um, Tell me about. I mean, when we were speaking earlier, you mentioned that you also create art with AI. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so AI art is an intriguing thing.
Mm,
And I this is something I've also taught on my YouTube channel. I've taught how to do this, how to create art with AI. So
mm,
you have to be good at imagining things,
thanks.
and then you allow that AI to bring your imaginations to reality. So I want to
Mm,
imagine like a cat with a wearing a suit, doing something, maybe writing on a computer, a cat wearing a suit, writing code and all of that. You bring that kind of imagination together, and then you feed that to the artificial intelligence
mm,
system, the AI, and then they bring your imaginations to reality.
mm,
So you can then use that. So I thought this, you can then use that particular picture you have,
mm,
retrain it, and get something better depending on what you want. So
mm.
I created different arts, not cat. I'm not a cat person,
Okay.
but arts generally on even just and before AI though, I used to create this vector graphics,
Okay.
with
Yeah.
this stuff. I have I think yeah, this one. I have this what is this called? This pen right now. Yeah, I use
Okay.
it to draw and all that. So I can do that with some software, and then
Okay.
it's just about putting my bringing my imaginations to reality and then seeing that work. Sometimes I share back then I used to share it on social media. These days I don't do much of that anymore because of
Mm,
all the other work I have to do.
mm. I mean, what else do you do? Guys, that's a fair question. What else do you do?
Yeah, like I think I've talked about how
I
I do.
can see a keyboard.
Yeah, so I play the keyboard sometimes. I'm not a professional keyboardist, but at least I
Mm-hmm.
can play to my own songs. And then I have this one right here is used for beat making.
Mm,
That's something I used to do, something I like to go back in.
mm,
Basically making beats for my own songs too.
mm.
But that'll be later on because right now there's just so much work on the table.
Do you have any song, any music available on any streaming platform?
No, not on streaming platform. I do
Okay.
have on my own personal drive.
Okay.
Yeah, but those are not ready for streaming platforms yet. That'll
Are
be
we
later on, but
are we going to get an Ebenezer on Apple Music someday?
yes, you will. You get an Ebenezer Don
Exclusive.
on Apple Music and all the
Okay.
streaming platforms someday, but not right now though.
All right. Okay, awesome. I think we've covered everything. This we're now at the end of the show, and this is the part where we do the this or that. Work vacation or work free holidays.
I don't understand the question.
There are vacations you go and you still have to work while on vacation.
That's not vacation.
People do it.
I need
Like they go out of
to
this
work. It's not
thing.
really vacation. That's just working in a different environment. So if
Yeah.
it's a vacation, I don't want to
Maybe it's
work.
a personal retreat. Tea or coffee.
See,
Okay. Hot weather or cold weather.
cold weather, but
Video
not extreme.
okay, video games or books.
Depends on yeah, it depends on what's happening at that point. Either it's fine. Book is for knowledge and
Mm.
knowledge gaining. Video games are for
Is there one you
passing
enjoy
time or
more,
entertainment.
no matter the
If
time?
I had to choose, I would definitely choose books. Like
Okay,
I'll definitely choose knowledge over just playing games.
okay,
Yeah, but then they have their different purposes.
all right. Printed books or ebooks?
Okay, if I had to really choose,
Mm.
I'll choose print. There was a period I would choose just ebooks, and right now just printed books, and then I feel like later on I'll choose ebooks again.
Okay. Uh, rice or beans?
Rice.
Swallow or rice?
Yeah, I can't just use only. I'd rather choose rice, but if it's a short period of time, I'll choose swallow. If it's a longer period of time, I'll choose
Okay. Um, history or science fiction?
History.
History.
There's a
Uh,
lot to learn from history.
okay. Um, color text.
But
Okay.
it depends on the person. Depends on your relationship with the
With
person.
the person calling. Okay. Uh, Nigeria or anywhere outside of the
Nigeria.
country. All right.
In terms of like this is my country, but if
Mm.
I need to compare standard of living, Nigeria is not there. So if you're saying standard of living Nigeria versus some other country like UK or US, I'll say oh, standard of living there is better than Nigeria.
All right. Phone or laptop. You have to
A
pick one.
laptop,
Okay. Silver or gold.
good. I mean it's more
Desktop.
expensive.
Desktop or laptop.
Laptop,
Okay. Scary movies or comedy movies.
comedy movies.
Okay.
Why would
Um,
people just want to watch scary movies to scare themselves?
I know, right? I don't know why people do it. Analog or digital?
Digital.
Okay. Cinema or stay at home and stream music? Yeah, the movie on the streaming platform.
I'll stay at home and relax and enjoy myself.
Okay.
But depends. So occasionally, if you're going out with someone, you can go to the cinema.
Okay. Um, textbooks or
Textbooks.
you don't care. Okay. To be fun or to be good looking?
How do you be good looking and not fun? Rather be fun.
You'd
People
rather
want to
be
be around
fun.
someone who's fun.
True. People want to be happy, especially in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Don't make them sad.
Don't add to the problems that we have.
Okay. Lagos traffic or delayed flights?
Rather is unless I'm rushing to meet an appointment,
Mm.
but then I'd rather is the late flight because at least I get to sit down and
You don't lose your
the
mind.
yeah, then I'm not sweating.
Okay.
Or the people on the road are not going mad. So I'd rather just sit down in a cool place in the airport.
Okay. So work at night or work in the morning?
It depends. I can't really choose. I work
247.
no, not 247, but I can be productive at any time.
Okay. Awesome. I think we have come to the end of this episode. You guys should stay glued to Tech Stories. My name again is Dotun Olawi, and I've been speaking with the one and only Ebenezer Don of NewDev.
Thank you very much for speaking with me. I enjoyed that conversation for
Yeah.
the second time.
Yeah, it's
And
crazy.
yeah, thank you everyone for watching Tech Stories.
Yeah, man. Thanks, Ebenezer. And guys, I'll see you again next time. Same place.
Bye.
Bye.